on and welcome to my show. We're going to carry on building the Enterprise, doing another Mouth of Build tonight. And I've got my usual guests with us tonight. So I've got Horlix.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Danno's show.
I've got Modz.
Yep, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Danno's show. Let's have a real good build session tonight.
And finally, I've got my dad, Geordie Dave.
Evening, everybody, and welcome to Danno's show. So let's crack on.
Yay.
Awesome.
Right, I'll start off with the chat then, because there's quite a bit. So first of all, we've got Gillian Milne. Says, evening, everyone. Evening, Gillian.
Hey, man.
Hi, Gillian.
And then we've got Warren James. Hi, all. Good luck tonight, Danno. Hi, Warren.
Hey, Walter.
Hi, Warren.
And then we've got D. Harris saying, evening, Danno, Alex, and Mark. Evening, D.
Evening, Dave.
Hello, D.
And then we've got D. Harris saying, evening to Gillian and to Warren. Gillian says, evening to D. Warren James says, evening to D. And we've got Yorkshire Crafter. Good evening, everyone. Hi, love.
Hi, Gillian.
Hey, Julie.
And we've got Mr. Campbell. Good evening, guys and girls. Evening, Ian.
Hello,
Hey,
D.
Ian.
And then we've got Marvel Picks. Todd going, good evening, all. Evening, Todd.
Evening,
Hi,
Todd.
Todd.
Even though it's probably morning for you. And then we've got Ian Campbell saying, hey to Todd. We've got Dave Matt Builds saying, good evening, all in chat. Good luck with your build, Danno, and have a great show. Evening,
Hey,
Dave.
Dave.
Matt.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
And then we've got Ian Campbell says, hi, Dave Mack. And then we've got Dave Matt Builds saying, hi to Ian. And we've got Mark from Blue Harvest Toys saying, hello there. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
And then we've got Dave Matt Builds saying, good evening, hosts. And then we've got Mark saying, just edited my Knight Rider nightmare. Oh, dear. And then we've got Ian Campbell saying, hi, Danno, Dave, Mark, Alex, D, Gillian, Julie. And then, oh, jumping. We've got DS Models of Vintage saying, hi, everyone. Good luck with the show, Danno. Evening, Dave and Christine.
Evening. Hi,
Evening.
Dave and Christine.
And then we've got Dave Matt Builds says, hi, Mark. And then we've got Ian Campbell saying, hi, DS Models of Vintage. We've got Yorkshire Crafter saying, hi, Ian Campbell. We've got Gillian saying, hi, Ian Campbell. And then we've got Blue Harvest Toys, he's probably waving to Dave. And then we've got D. Harris saying, at Yorkshire Crafter, at Ian Campbell, at Marvel Picks. Evening, all. And then we've got D. Harris saying, evening, at Dave Matt Builds. And then we've got Blue Harvest Toys saying, D, and a thumbs up. Whew.
Yeah,
There you
How's
go.
y'all now, Geordie?
There's no order to me, is it?
you've got the stick. Cool. So, I am doing instructions for Danno, as always.
Yep.
So, first of all, we're going to go through the parts. When Danno gives me the go-ahead.
You ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
Yep.
We're ready. Right. Let me just. God, I'm not organised, and I haven't fallen asleep this week, and I'm still not organised.
That's because you're in hysterics before stream, Alex.
Yeah. Right. Here we go. Let me move the cameras about again. Here we go. So we're doing stage 43 parts we've got here. So 43A deck panel U202.
Yeah, we'll go.
Okie doke. 43B, which is the transporter emitter pad.
Are in there.
Okay. The 43C screw cover. And again,
They're in the little box.
in your pot. Yeah.
Yep.
Then you've got the 43D, which is clear windows times 10, which you've already fitted.
Yep.
Dark windows. 43F is the transporter emitter pad 2, which I guess is in the little pot of dreams.
Yep.
Okay. 43G screw cover 2, again in the pot of dreams. 43H screw cover 3 and screw cover 4. So there's lots of screw covers.
Yep.
43J is a secondary tractor beam emitter, and there's 2 of those. And then you've got 43K, which is deck panel lights. Okay, then you've got BM screws, BM, and EM screws.
Yep.
Okay, that's all the parts then.
Okay, do you want us? I'll pick up this bit, chap, before you go.
Yeah.
Just a few more evenings. Danno Builds, evening D Harris. Yorkshire Crafter, evening D Harris. D Harris, evening Geordie, evening D. And D Harris, Blue Harvest Toys and DS Model Vintage, evening both. And Todd, are we going to avoid covering screws again just in case this has to be taken apart? Yeah, I wouldn't put the screw covers on yet. So Danny, though.
I know the one I put on last week, this one here fell off. I needed to push it back in.
Really?
So
Actually,
maybe you can see it coming up there.
I would just leave them out till the end of the build.
Yeah,
there was a comment about that last week, wasn't there? That the adhesive wasn't that strong, and it was best to sort of flex them a bit before you put them on. But I'm guessing you could wait till the end and use some other glue.
We had to deal with that with the trim on the Ecto 1. We had to bend them, and the glue's not great.
So, okay, so stage 43 assembly. Another section of the saucer comes together and lights up for the first time, while the last physical screw holes on the neck assembly are obscured. So yeah, the first step A is just putting the windows in, which Danno has already done.
Yep.
Okay. So step B, take the deck panel lights 43K and slot both bulbs into the top of deck panels U304 and U305 main saucer assembly. So
does that look okay? So can everybody can see that?
yes, that looks good. Okay.
Right.
Lovely. And then the next step is to thread the cables through the skeleton as shown. So basically follow the other wires and it goes through that little channel.
This one here.
Underneath the frame. Yeah, so just go with all the other wires that you bundled up last time. Yeah, it goes through there with them.
Like,
Don't let you stay in them, do they?
no. Right.
Lovely. Okay, so next is to carefully position deck panel U202 on the saucer assembly from below. You must slot the edge of the deck panel into deck panel U201 first of all. So if this is upside down, you want to get the other side in first, Danno. That edge, yeah, where you had your finger. That edge, yeah, that edge goes in first.
Got you. There we go.
Lovely. Okay, once you are happy with that, fix the panel in place with 6 BM screws and 4 EM screws.
There, but the BM ones first.
Yes, so they're the ones that go through the frame. And if I zoom in, we can see that there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
And Todd says, yep, that sticky is not great, just are down at the end of the model. Hope you heard us there because I've got the mic down here.
What I might do is get some maybe M3 tape, which might be a slightly liquid stronger.
Yeah.
Unless there's another option I can use.
There's quite a few of them, isn't there?
Yeah, that's the last of the BMs.
Lovely. So next you've got 4 EM screws that go either side of those LEDs.
Yep.
Yeah, there's one slightly hidden there, but with the frame, isn't there?
Yeah. I get that one too. I end up probably forgetting about it.
Todd says, once the model is done and working, you can just glue them down.
Yeah.
And he says, I've taken both my saucer and their neck apart 3 times. That's why I left them off.
Yeah. But to be fair, you're doing amazing work on yours, aren't you? You completely modded it out, so that's understandable. I'm waiting for Danno to rip all his out and put an Arduino in it. So I'm just going to bring this up quick. So the for the people at home are here. 1, 2. That's the little hidden one just in the frame there, and then you've got that one there.
This is the last one I've gone in. There we go. Let's bring this back around.
Okay. So the next step is to check that the deck panel lights are working by plugging them into the test PCB as shown. So there's actually 2 cables you've got there. I'm not sure where the other ones come from. Guessing that's just the wiring for that whole section you just built.
Yeah. This one here, so Got the wrong one again. But that one worked.
It is like spaghetti junction, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Geordie Dave's in the background giving himself a manicure. Okay, so that is that part done.
Okay, we'll catch up on the chat. Once the model is done and working, you can just glue them down. I've read that bit. Oh, I've read that bit. Up to date.
Yeah.
I just didn't remove my store.
Step C is adding the stickers over the screw holes and things, which I believe you're going to leave, Danno, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so step C would be to remove the backing from the transporter emitter pads, stick them in position. So basically all the screw covers, stick them into position. And then we've got more here in step C. So we're going to Danno will do this at the end of the build.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the end of stage 43. And we are now on to stage 44 parts.
Yep.
Oh, some new shapes. So 44A, you have deck panel U102. Okay. 44B is reflector panel U12A, 02A. Which is that one, yeah. And then 44C is the other one, which is reflector panel U102A1.
Yep.
And then you've got 44D, which is the deck panel lights. Lovely. And then 44E, escape pod cover ×2, which you've already put in. And then we've got the clear windows, again they're in, and the dark windows. Then that takes us to 44H, which is left lower neck panel.
Which I believe is that one there.
Which is that one, yep. And then you've got the right lower neck panel, 44I.
There's that one there.
And then BM screws, BM. And then DM screws.
Yep.
Okay. So, stage 44. In this short stage of the build, you'll build and fit a saucer deck section with 2 reflectors and add further detail to the battle section. So, step A is to put all the windows in and the escape pod covers, which Danno has already done. So, place the reflector panel U1202A and the reflector panel U102A1 on the deck panel as shown. So we'll do that bit first.
There we go.
Okay, take the deck panel lights and slot both bulbs into the reflector panels, then secure using 6 DM screws. Now, I'm wondering if it might be easier just to start the screws off first and slip them in.
So thinking of just doing one and then getting the other side in.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, they all get secured in with DM screws.
Right.
Right, while Danno's just putting the other reflector in, there was a lot of chat to catch up on.
Whoa, short upon it.
Yeah, it's just gone mad,
Right.
which is
Okay.
good.
Rolando Floors. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Rolando.
Hello, Randa.
Blue Harvest. Rolando. D. Blue Harvest Toys. Dave Mack. Marvel Picks. I should say Todd. Oh boy, another corner piece. Let's hope it goes in okay. D. Harris. Evening, Rolando. Marvel Picks. Yorkshire Crafter. Warren. Rolando. Ian. Todd. Hello, Rolando. Dave Mack. Hi, Rolando. Yorkshire Crafter. Hi, Rolando. Blue Harvest Size. I may do my next Night Rider build live. Cool.
Oh, cool.
Todd. On my model, I left the 2 left edge screws out. They have a tendency to hit the skeleton and keep the panel from sitting flush.
Okay.
That's on the reflector 44C.
Okay, so it's this one he's talking about here. So I'm guessing the edge screws, these ones, they're on the right though, aren't they? But yeah, there's some of these screws that he's saying you left out. But obviously test fit it and see how it is.
So we could put this bulb in. It doesn't want to stay in place.
D. Harris, Blue Harvest Toys. What stage you on the kit? Todd, test fit the panel first, see if it is needed. And Blue Harvest Toys just done issue 31 today, and that will be up tomorrow. But that's from Blue Harvest Toys. That's chat up to date.
There we go, and that's complete.
Lovely. Okay, so the next step is to use the test PCB to make sure the deck panel lights you have just fitted are working.
And yes.
Lovely. Okay, so we are on step B. Let me just work this out. So you need to run the plug, just thread the deck panel light through the saucer skeleton as shown. So let's do that bit first.
Wait, is it this section here that we're working on?
This
This is easier for the pump.
It looks like it, yes. You've got the two escape pod covers, then the 3 windows space, then 2 windows. Yeah, that's the right one. Yeah.
And if you can see it all there, just bring it down a bit more.
Yeah, that's about right.
Right. So we'll look at
take
it.
your plug.
I can hear us.
Yeah, that's right. Thread
I was polishing now, dude.
Sorry.
You sound like a
Hear that?
Thread the plug through there.
That's sanding.
Right. And then let me just have a look.
No, it's sanding.
Hang on. I've lost where I was. Hang on. Slot the deck panel U102 into position. The tabs on the widest curved edge fit under the deck panel U202 43A. And the right-handed edge slots underneath the left-hand edge of the deck panel U103. So this is where you might have problems, as Todd was saying, about with the screws being in the way, but you'll have to just see how it fits for you. That doesn't look like a too bad fit, actually.
No.
By the time that's screwed in.
A bit awkward to get in, but once you get this push, yeah, like angled in and pushed in, and just put a little bit of force on it, it went in okay.
Brilliant. Okay, once that's in, you need to turn that over carefully, and then there's just 2 BM screws to put in at the tip of it. I mean, that's an absolute maze, isn't it? Look at this, master at work.
There we go. Another piece in. Sweet. Look at that now.
Okay. Blue harvest size. I've just got an old dinky UFO interceptor to recondition too. Cool.
Oh, nice.
Todd, check to make sure the wires are not being trapped in the skeleton. Then screw it down. You've already done that.
Yeah.
D. Harris, way too much cable in this model.
Yeah.
Okay, so Returning to your battle section builds, take the left lower neck panel 44H and push it into place where shown, taking care to locate the pins in the appropriate holes.
Right. Now, because we're leaving these off, should I just place these horns without snap? That belong me anyways.
I wouldn't put them on, Danno.
No, I'm not going to, but I'm going to just give you an idea where they go. So that goes here. So it looks like. So it goes like that. Angle. There we go. So it looks like that. So I'll put them on like at the end. Just make sure everything works, and once everything works, and put everything, all the stickers and all that on, we'll put them on.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, the next step is to repeat on the other side. Just been cut off a bit there. Using the right lower deck panel 44. This completes stage 44. So now we're going to be looking at stage 45 parts.
Yep.
Okay. So 45A, deck panel U317. Lovely. 45B is the reflector panel U317A. Okay. 45C, saucer PCB2.
And there it is.
Oh, look at all them plugs we're going to have to wire up. 45D is another deck panel light, one off. Then we've got the clear windows, the dark windows, which you've already put in.
Yep.
45G is the warp field grill left reflector 1.
Got that.
Okay. And then H is the warp field grill left reflector 2. 45I is cable tie, 4 off. 45J is 2 stickers.
Yep.
And then you've got AM screws, BM screws, FM screws, BP screws, and CP screws. So you get a nice little
we've got this orange thing with it, but I don't know where it's come from because I've looked through all the stages and it doesn't seem to be on the instructions.
Oh.
Told me
we
don't.
might go to answer that one.
Yeah.
Maybe that was an add-on, or it was
Danno,
a bit like
Danno, it's a replacement part for your water cell because they weren't clear, so they needed to be a solid colour. So it's a replacement part.
Right.
All right, I'll quickly go through this chat. Basically, it's what you have just been seeing. That one won't come up. Todd may want to put these parts in. They cover the screws. I left them out, and my chat's not coming up at the moment. I'm having a mouse trouble. And you've got it. Now I've got it. Now it says, when you screw this PCB to the skeleton, I recommend leaving one of the screws out. You can tell which one, as the screw hole is really close to the wire trace on the PCB. It can cause shorts.
Right.
Okay.
And he's put, there should be a paper addendum sheet.
Okay, so you should have a piece of paper with a bit of instruction on.
No, nothing.
And it says there should be 2 extra parts and a paper that shows how to put the parts in.
No, I didn't get anything like that.
He checked everything that you haven't thrown out.
So you only had 1 extra part, didn't you?
Yeah, I only had this extra part.
There should be 2 extra parts and a paper that shows how to put the parts in.
It was a bit like the DeLorean when we did it, and there was like a door wedge that no one knew what they did to
Yeah, we
start.
have to. Stage 45 came with the extra parts and a little paper. And Marvel, I have the paper on my site. Look up stage 45.
Okay, brilliant.
I think Mark's on that now.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
is that done in this issue, or is it done later on?
Look, Mark jumped off.
Oh.
Don't ask. Don't. Just don't.
In, out.
Shaking off about.
I went to unmute myself
No.
because, yeah, I don't want to pass wind on screen. And basically, I hit the wrong button.
It came with stage 45, not part of the magazine.
Oh my god.
I'm quickly go check my drawers, see if I've put it. I always keep stuff in the drawer, but there's nothing in the drawer that.
Is it needed straight away? Can we carry on with the build?
Oh,
I was going to say, does the addendum sheet thing show the parts that you should have received, and if we need them now? So I think Mark's on that. He's trying to get them up, but I think
we can do this. We can put the board in, and then
then we'll have a look at that afterwards. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So, oh God, what's going on out there?
I've got it.
It says yes, it's a replacement for part for the.
It's a red
nacelle.
It's a red formation light. Looks absolutely tiny.
Yes, it's a replacement part for the nacelle. You can carry on.
Okay. So yeah, you should have a little tiny light then, Danno, somewhere.
no.
Or you might have a contact. Let me tell them you
I
got
will.
Hang on, Danno. Let me share my screen and you can see what I'm looking at. That's what you should have.
So you've got the orange bit, but you haven't got the light.
I might have the light. I think that come in another issue. And I went, well, what's this? I put it in my box. I'm sure of it.
Well, you know what you're looking for, so you could look later on.
Yeah.
It's going to slow you down.
Oh no, put that in. Yeah.
Anyway, let's carry on with the build, but that's what you're missing.
So you may have to contact.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So step A is to put the windows in, like you have already done. Although that looks different.
It does.
DC is a carpet monster at work, maybe.
Yeah.
And Todd said it would have come with the orange bit.
Sorry, Danno, it's my fault. Sorry for the confusion. I was looking at 43. So yeah, step A is to put all the windows in like you have done on there. That's perfect. Secondly, remove the backing from the two stickers and apply them as shown to secure 6 of the windows. Ooh.
Is that a slop light bleed or something?
Yeah. And that's what that looks like.
Okay. Third, place the reflector panel U317A over the deck panel and insert both bulbs of the deck panel lights, carefully bending them as shown. So they're going to go in and then we bend upwards 90 degrees.
I put the bottom screw in first, and then I'll put the wire in.
All right. Okay, well, Todd says the original, is it Norcell?
Yep.
Formation light came blue, which was not correct. This one is red, which is more correct as it is on the port left side.
Yep.
I don't know what you're going to say, Eagle Mox. You want stage 45?
No, just say there was extra ports that was put in, and I only got the orange port. I didn't get the little red nasal light or whatever it's called.
After the stream, Danno, just check all the packaging and stuff and see if it's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is quite a small part, isn't it? It could have just got caught up in the plastic if you stuck on it.
No.
Reminds me of the clear small Lego pieces they use as lights.
Yeah.
Reminds me of them tiny little bloody ones on the edge of the Spitfire. I lost one of mine and I found it down the back of the drawers.
We don't want to know what's in the back of your drawers.
There we go.
Okay, lovely. So yeah, then did you bend the cables up? You have to bend them up 90 degrees.
God almighty, this is right, Mark. You know more about Star Trek. You read the next one from Todd, because I can't even say them words.
Just before that, let me just get so Danno finally use the test PCB to make sure the lights are working. All right, there we go.
Okay, so the addendum, as you change out the formation light and the buzzard field projector on the nacelle, you already started with the new parts.
Right. Yeah. The addendum.
Addendum, is that what it is?
The addendum. It's a new word actually to me. I've never heard of it before in my life, but it's
neither have I. That's why I'm saying, what the hell is that word?
I'm going to refer to the addendum. I'm going to use that at work tomorrow in the office. I'm just going to refer to my addendum.
Well, it literally sits over what's already there.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. Is that all good, Danno?
Yep.
Lovely. Okay, step B is to retrieve your main saucer build and thread the deck panel lights 45D through the skeleton as shown. So, I'll let you get set up. We need to work out
what side we're working on again. I think it's here, isn't it?
I think, yes, it looks like that side over there, yeah. Okay. So, the plug goes through the second hole.
Right. So here.
Yeah, that's right. And then just get shoved in there somewhere for now. Okay, and then position the deck panel on the saucer carefully, bending both bulb casings to fit.
Oh, it's back to them bottom ones that was awkward.
Yep.
I bet that's heavy now, isn't it, Danno?
Yeah, it's got some weight to it.
Todd says it's like an update. It's a stage 45. D. Harris, say addendum equals correctional or additional info.
Addendum, correction, or additional info.
And
Okay.
DS models and vintage addendum equals extra or added information additional to the original paperwork.
Right, so I could use that in the office at work.
Yeah.
The word CT, or have you added a dictionary?
I went around here saying addendum. Everybody were like, what are you talking about?
I know, I got the mix taken out of me when I used a couple of words.
So when I need additional paperwork at work, I'm going to just say it. I'm going to ring up Avita and say I need an addendum.
Yeah.
I thought an addendum was an operation to remove your appendix.
Yeah. But no, as I was saying, I've got I used a word in a sentence. It was what was it? Cumbersome. I was talking about e-cigarettes, and I said I had an e-cigarette that's really cumbersome in my pocket, and then my mates were looking at me like, "What's that? What are you on?" You know, and then they just take the mick out of me now, saying I'm posh because it's a posh word. So I really foxed them, and then I said, "Yeah, well, this one's a bit too bijou," and then they were like really ripping it out of me at that point. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, when you're happy with the fit, which Danno looks like he's already happy, 2 CP screws.
Compared up here, Horlix, you do sound posh. Compared to up here, you do sound posh.
Yeah. Yeah, that saucer's very cumbersome now, isn't it?
D. Harris, Todd, look what you started with a single word, LOL.
Yeah, no, it's great fun.
Todd says, you are just too fancy for them, Alex, LOL. And Todd, here, EM, use the word, not me. Ha ha.
No, it's no, they're only joking, but
Is that Eagle Moss trying to be smart or something? If they can use big words like that, why can't they get parts out to people?
They probably had an Oxford student working for them.
Yeah.
He was in for a week.
I would have thought Harshette would have used a word like that.
Eh?
I thought Harshette would have used a word like that.
No.
Because you put every other single word in there.
Right.
How's they going, Danno? Were they
Awkward.
awkward?
Seems to be always when you're on them button panels, they play funny.
Yep. Oh. That doesn't look.
No, it's come out.
No, the hole on the metal got bigger. Or just me. Right. We all use that may do.
CP screws, yeah.
It's CP.
CP.
Mark, if only they were smart, they would have more customers.
Yeah. Actually, when Harshette made a massive cock up with the Spitfire, I saw a picture on Facebook of Eagle Moss going, ha ha, now you know how it feels to hachette.
That's better. I was using the wrong screw. My bad.
That's all right, easily done.
You make the mistakes that other people learn from.
Yeah. There we go.
Lovely.
I'll just quickly, and that's what does look a bit weird, like, but those these bottom ones. Have a look at that. That maybe tomorrow properly.
Is it the could it be that late?
It could be, yeah. Could be this bulb that needs maybe dropping out and bending up a bit. I think it actually is, to tell you the truth. Yeah, it looks like it. But we can have a look tomorrow.
Okay. So step C, we're going to be installing the second saucer PCB. So before we go into this, if you can get us a nice close-up shot on your desk of the new PCB,
I'll just give
we
you
can have a little look at it and see where this trace is that that has got a tendency of shorting.
Right. Just put these screws in the pot because I haven't got another box to put them in, so I just got them to one side. Right. So this is the board. Looks different to the other one.
There is an angled trace really close to one of the holes. You should see it.
There.
Oh, that looks like the one, yeah. So I would perhaps avoid bottom right.
Yep. So if we put this on first and then work out where it goes and work out what screw I don't need.
Yeah, so before we do that, remove the saucer PCB cable 31E from the in one slot of the saucer PCB fitted in stage 31. So that's a bit odd. Why are we removing that?
All right, well, done that.
Okay. And then plug it in, then plug it into the lower in-out slot on saucer PCB2 45C.
Right.
Yeah, you need to power this new board.
So should I put this board in, screw this on first, and then put the cable in?
It's up to you. I mean, the instructions saying to fit it first, but I don't think it's going to make any difference.
Yeah.
Okay. So next is to attach the saucer PCB to 45C in the center of the skeletal structure as shown using FM screws at two diagonally opposite corners.
Like that?
Yes, that looks right.
And these are FM screws going in here.
And then, yeah, FM screws.
So the way out, so we're not putting a screw in at the top here, are we? Or is it down here?
Right. On the picture of the magazine, don't put the bottom right one in. which is that one up the top there.
This one here.
Other side.
This one here.
Up. Yeah. Up. The next hole up.
There.
That one. Yeah. There's an angled trace just there. Yeah, I can see it. So he's recommending not to put one in there.
To put one here.
Yeah. And again, don't do it up too tight. It's just to keep it in place. So
there we go. And this needs to go in. So this needs to go into the out. But we've got two. So that one goes into this one here.
One sec. Let me just go back. He has his saucer upside down from the magazine. Right, hang on. No, you're confusing me now, Todd. I think we've done it right. I think it's that because the bottom right would be Danno's top left in his orientation now, which he hasn't put a screw in.
Yep.
That's right, yeah. So you've got the cable in now. So
I just need to put it over here.
It doesn't say anything about plugging it in. Oh, yes, it does. Plug the free end of the saucer PCB cable into the out one socket on the original saucer PCB 31D. So it should say out, which is the one at the very bottom.
Yep.
That looks like it's in. Yeah, that's.
Oh, right, yeah. That comes all the way over here.
Yeah, that looks right.
I'm going to give this a little bit more tape. No, tape, I can get it. It's just that obviously one got no screw in there.
You could probably get it a bit tighter than that if it's that loose.
That is as tight as I can get it.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. Leave it at that then. Right, so that's that done. Now gather the cables for all 5 of these deck panel lights and secure them to the saucer skeleton using cable ties. So again, I'm not sure how you're planning to do them. Whether you want to cable tie them all now or whether you're still going to do a bit of organising.
I'm going to do a bit of organising. What I might do is, I've got to organise all this anyways, and cable tie it all. So instead of plugging everything in, I might just leave it now, move on to the next stages, and come back. And maybe when my dad's free, we can sit and actually get all this sorted out.
Yeah, and I think I understand that you're busy now and everything and what with work, but I really think it needs to be done sooner rather than later before we add a load more LEDs because then
it does.
Rat's nest.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea to get it done sooner than later.
Yeah, maybe see it tomorrow or something.
Okay, then. So the magazine is just explaining to plug the 5 plugs in. So there should be 5 more plugs flying about.
Yeah.
And then step E is plugging more cables in and cable tying. See, it says plug the deck panels from stages 34, 35, 41. How are you supposed to know what stages these lights have come from?
I know.
When you're this far into the build.
Really, they should have given us the boards before we even started putting panels on, and then put a panel on, or plug it in, put the next panel on, plug it in. That would be a lot easier.
The panels are numbered.
Yeah.
You should have numbers on them so you can find them.
Yeah, I've got little numbers. down here.
Okay.
That's how you'll be able to identify them.
Okay, so step E is gathering more cables and plugging them in. And then last of all, it says connect the battery pack to source of PCB2. Inset image, all of the lights fitted to the two source of PCBs now illuminate.
And I should hopefully show that next week.
Okay. And then step G, slot warp engine field grill left reflector 2 45H inside the warp engine field grill left reflector 1
Is there a special way this goes?
as shown.
Like that.
I think that looks okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay, that completes stage 45. And then stage 46 part. So you've got 46A, which is deck panel U318.
There we go.
Lovely. 46B is a reflector panel U318A. Okay, then you've got the escape pod covers, clear windows, dark windows, which Danno has already put in. 46F, deck panel lights. Lovely. And then 46G, nacelle light strip.
Not in there.
Ooh. Okay. Then you've got BP screws and CP screws.
Yep.
Okay, so for assembly, we're going to connect another section of sources to your new PCB before getting to grips with your first light strip for the starboard warp engine nacelle. So, step A is putting the windows in.
Yep.
And then part 2 of step A is to place the reflector panel U318A over the deck panel and insert both bulbs of the deck panel lights as shown. And then secure it with 3 BP screws. You can do it in your sleep now.
Okay. Right, so as to go through this chart.
Yeah.
Marvel picks. There's an angle trace really close to one of the holes. You see it. You will see it. Bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
Place it, and it will tell you. Place it in, and I will tell you which. You keep rotating it. LOL. In the picture from the magazine, don't put the bottom right one.
Yep.
And just put the screws in the upper right hole instead. He has his saucer upside down from the magazine image.
Yep.
Is that all sorted? I was busy painting.
Yeah, that's all. That was on the PCB.
Yes, on his camera, never put a screw in the upper left hole. That trace is too close to the hole, and the screw head can't short it to the skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Could you put the screw in but not have the screw head touching the
I
board.
should just join your team on audio. So much typing. Ha ha. I have a list of my set which cables and which panels get plugged in.
Right.
Oh well, I'll look for that list.
Yeah.
D. Harris, they should have supplied plastic washers with the screws for the PCB reinforced screw hole, especially if they knew the trace was so close to the screw.
Yeah.
True. And
I mean, you could probably get away with it by using like some electrical tape or something and just carefully nipping it. Maybe because it's not going to be moved around, is it, and whooshed around the bedroom. So yeah,
It's going to be wall mounted.
okay. So that is that step done. So step B. Retrieve your main saucer build and thread the deck panel lights through the skeleton as shown. So let's look at doing that.
See, it's dropping down.
what's dropping down?
The
circuit board because there was a screw missing.
Yeah. I'm scared in case it snaps.
What do you think? Do you think it's worth putting a screw in it, but just doing a couple of turns on it?
That's what I was thinking. Just maybe a turn just to get
Just be really careful. Yeah, just put a couple of turns on the screw, just to keep it there. And then when it comes to be a bit more permanent, you can the other hole, Danno, the one at the top. But just literally do 1 or 2 turns. Gillian's just commented. Why do you not put a screw in it? So there's a trace on the circuit board which is very close to the hole, I can see. And if you put that screw in, it will start eating away at the trace, and then it will just cause a short to ground through the frame.
Should all understand that. I'll explain it well later.
Yeah, that'll do. It's just to keep it in place. That's all.
Yeah.
Okie doke. So yes. Retrieve your main saucer build and thread the deck panel lights through the skeleton as shown. So, second hole up. Yeah, in there.
So this hole here.
Yes. And then it goes through those 2 channels. Or 1 channel, sorry. That's it. Perfect. And then position the deck panel on the saucer, carefully bending both bulb casings to fit. Then secure the panel with 2 CP screws.
Get the right screws. Oh, that's come off. Again. I don't even know where the screws went for that. And this has fell off it. So let's do this again. So coming through the second hole, which is this one here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to get that bit of shot where I put the screws in?
Oh, yeah, that Julian's asked that. Don't think he thought it would touch the trace. D Harris, electrical tape, good idea there. Alex, put the screw, the setting up, put the screw in as long as no power going to the PCB. You okay? Julian, I do. She must have heard me. The screws just keep the PCB from falling out. Only needs a couple of screws, and even then, not very tight.
Okay.
It keeps falling out though.
Yeah. Got a spare screw there, so
Maybe put about 3-4 turns on it. Just as long as the screw doesn't touch the
board itself.
board. Yeah. That's an FM screw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where's it going? Oh,
Maybe put camera up a bit. Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah.
there we go. Yeah.
Okay. CP screws are in, yeah?
Yep.
Right, so next step C is plug the deck panel lights fitted in step B into the test PCB and make sure they are working.
Yep. Oh, there's the wrong one, wasn't it? That one works. And yeah.
Okay. And then it says plug the deck panel lights from the rest of to the test PCB. Sorry, unplug the deck panel lights from the test PCB and plug them into the saucer PCB2 as shown. So it's now it's telling you to plug that directly in. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll leave that and then plug everything else in and then plug that one in.
Yeah. That's it. So step D is to take your warp engine field grill left reflector assembly from stage 45.
So I'll just get that. Go.
Okay, that's that. So yeah, your warp engine field grill left reflector assembly from stage 45, and then position that inside your nacelle build as shown.
Yeah.
Yes, so between the warp engine field grill left 02E and the nacelle upper frame 02H. So
like that. Or does it go the other way?
it goes flat with the opening towards the inside with the hole near the top. If I zoom into here, Danno, you can see it's flat, but obviously inside where you place that piece,
yeah, like that.
The top has got the hole in, not the bottom section. Yeah.
Does that look better?
Yeah, that looks right.
Yep.
As long as the bit in the middle is the right way up as well, then it doesn't need flipping over.
No, looks great.
Yeah. Okay. Next, take the nacelle light strip 46G and position it inside as shown. so that the side where the wires connect is facing down.
Right, now, let's have a look. So this is the top part.
Yeah, perhaps spin that piece round, Danno, so it matches the mag. There you go. So you should have a black and white wire coming out the front or the rear, whatever it is. That's it. That looks fine. But obviously you want to spin that round because the wires need to come out from the bottom. So you should have the LEDs on the other side of that strip.
Like that.
That's it. So and then you want to spread the two rear ones apart and put them through the gaps.
Like that?
No.
Oh, no.
Let me zoom in. Just like that. So you'll have one that comes through this little gap on the side of the frame and then the same here. Yeah, that's it. A bit like that. Okay, and then the other side just comes out the front. Yeah, like that. And then also, another step, it looks like there's a small LED that clicks in or something at the back there.
This thing here.
Yeah, that goes into some sort of square recess.
Yeah, that goes like that. That goes like that. That needs to be. Does it sit on it? Does it? Or does it just hover?
It looks like it just. I think there's some screw holes that are lining up actually in the circuit board, perhaps.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, this has just got more complicated.
Right, I'll just go through the chat. D, when you turn the source over, the PCB will drop. It doesn't matter how the inside piece is. If you look at the ends of this long piece, one end is angled.
Huh?
It will match up the round rear plate later on, you will see. If you're going to do the addendum, you should do that first before the circuit board. The rear LED will be caught between upper and lower clear frames later on.
Right, so you're going to do the addendum?
Yeah.
But
No, he says that should be done before this section then.
Right.
But you haven't got that because you've a part missing unless you can find it.
Yeah. So
that means you have to stop.
Yeah.
The rear LED will be caught between the upper and lower frames later on.
Right, hang on a minute. I'm on the website. 45, won't it? Right, let me share screen. Yeah. Basically, Danno, these are the instructions. So you have to take out the AM screws, then take out the BM screws, then put that part on, and then screw it all back down again.
Yeah.
And it needs that red light in.
Yeah.
So he needs that red light found. Do you have any Tamiya clear red paint?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So where did you put all your parts in a drawer? Is the red piece definitely not in the drawer somewhere?
No.
No. Well, yeah, it's up to you, Danno. How do you want to do this? Do you want to try and source this red piece first and then do this the start of the next show? Or are you going to do the addendum off stream? Probably not. It's probably worth doing it on the stream, but
Yeah,
obviously you're going to have to undo a lot of.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to source that part first or find it.
Find that part.
I'm going to say check your screws, Danno, because a small part like that, they may put in with screws.
Yeah.
So it could be in your screw pots.
No.
But that red bit is what you're looking for.
Is this something that's a later stage going to fix onto it? He's just building it now.
Yeah.
You can't really proceed with finishing the nacelle until if this is going to be done.
Yep.
You're going to have to get this out of the way immediately, really.
Yeah, and sorry, Todd's just said there. Sorry, if he remembers correctly, it was just loose in the bag, so it might be worth checking the packaging.
That's the problem. Soon as that,
Well, you're going to have to check the bin.
the bin's been taken away.
Oh no!
Well, you'll have to get in touch with Eagle Moss, but it'll take them more than a week to send the part out.
Yeah, I know. What is next week? Did you say we can do anything next week? We'll put in a port at the front there, which we can skip over that and come back to that. And then we'll put in a port on the dish, and then that's it.
47. You are doing, I think, something. I don't know. I think you are doing something. Yeah, you are.
Yeah. If you
You're
look,
carrying on working on the nacelle.
we're putting this bit on here. And then obviously we'll go on to the dish again.
It says you can strip the blue paint off the existing formation light and dip it in clear red paint as an alternative.
Yeah.
You could,
you mean this one here?
Yeah.
Yes, that's it, Danno.
So we strip that off and then just dip it into clear orange or red. What was it?
Red.
Yeah. You have to get the tabia.
Hang on a minute. I've got some.
There you are. Put your camera around.
Right, you need LP52. I got the Tamiya LP52.
And how do you strip it off? If you're supposed to strip it?
Well, you could dip it in some isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah, is that a molded piece all in blue, or is it clear with just paint on? Because then you could just.
It's just clear.
I mean, at the end of the day, I suppose it's up to you. If you've got the blue part, if you're happy with it being blue, you could. I don't know how accurate you want it. You could just use the blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's up to you.
It is clear with blue paint.
Obviously, it won't be quite as accurate, but then at the end of the day, it's your build. So if you don't want the hassle of stripping paint and painting it red and you can't find the other part, put the blue one in. That's my suggestion.
I'll tell you what we'll do is I'll give it a week to look for it. And if not, I'd probably leave it the way it is.
Who's, only you know it's different.
Exactly.
Who else
Danno,
comes in to see?
You could always have a look on, say, something eBay or something and see if you can get one on there.
Yeah.
Because as small as that thing is, I can probably see a lot of them getting lost.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, try and look for it this week. And then by next week, if you've got it, we can do that. You've got the other part, which is, good. And then obviously it's just your preference whether you stick with the blue. I mean, if you've got it in blue and you haven't got the red, then I guess just use the blue one. And then I suppose you could, if you really bothered you could strip it a little bit later on.
Yeah.
Because it's because Todd was saying you can just strip the nacelle apart later on. So.
Why don't you wait for your dad to come home and have a good look around tomorrow, see if you can find it, and then if you find it, we can start off with that issue when we're next on.
Yep.
D. Harris goes, have you any red paint left from doing the red aeroplane, Danno? Yeah, but would it shine through that?
Is it clear though?
No.
No.
It's just red paint.
Red paint.
Needs to be like a clear coat.
Could you not mix it in with liquid clear?
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, well, you can the clear stuff. You can mix it with some microcrystal clear, because that's how I did the machine guns on my Spitfire. I mixed some orange clear paint and then mixed it in with some microcrystal clear, and it worked for me.
I think he means because he's got solid red paint.
Yeah.
So put a dab of that in with more clear, just to give it the tinge. But I think it depends how fussy you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a think about it, and then we can start off with this next week. What I'll do is because obviously I get the files from you, I will just keep this last page in the folder, and then we'll start with this.
Right. Yeah, we can give it a little bit longer show as well next week.
Yeah, and then obviously it gives you more chance to sort out the wiring and stuff on the PCBs. And...
Right, if I remember correctly, it was just loosen the bag. You can skip the north south for now and move on. You can strip the blue paint off existing foam, letting dip in clear red paint as an alternative. You'll just have to take the NAS apart later on. The reflector in the NAS cell are never secured down. You can pull them out at any time. Soak the isospray alcohol for about 30 minutes. Well, I've got none of that stuff.
No.
Well, we'll pick this clear blue paint. I stripped mine. I left it white as a 4-foot model has white lights there. So there you go. The 4-foot model's got white lights. So it makes the odds whether you've got blue lights.
No. Yeah. Blue, red, white.
Yeah. Blue House video done. God, that was so bad. Todd, but better than waiting on a replacement stage from A&M.
Yeah. Sorry, you missed a few there, Geordie.
Where?
I left it clear, and then Gillian.
Oh. Where'd you go? Good show. Keep up the hard work and a big thumbs up. I would listen to Alex.
And then D.
What about changing it out for a red LED?
That is an option. You could clear it, put a red LED in, but you'd have to do some soldering. And then there's one more there that
And he says, honestly, in your situation, I would just strip the blue paint off and leave it clear, then clear the others when they arrive.
Yeah.
Totally up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you, Danno. It depends how far
Could you
you
not
want
just
to do
get
it.
the LED into clear paint, and then would that not do the same effect? Oh, but then that's blue, isn't it? And it would change the colour completely then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I've got the isopropyl.
Nah, probably. I'll think about it. I'll probably end up just leaving it anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Like I say, it's going to just be in my living room on the wall. The few people that are going to see it are not going to point out, going, that's wrong,
yeah. No, it's fine, man. At the end of the day, it's up to you. And if you've got a blue part, just stick with that. If you can't find the red, have a look and see if it's ended up in a screw pot or something. Then bonus, but yeah.
Like I always say, it's your model. You build it the way you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did see it, and I think I put it. Because I dropped it. I went, that's a Lego piece, and I think I put it up on the shelf.
You check around your room tomorrow.
That's what I will do. I check. It's kind of bug it as like, but
and check the floor in case it's rolled out on the floor.
Yeah.
This one
we're
comments. On. I've just started the one we're on.
Probably is if you leave it blue, the next formation like you get will be red.
Something different to look at.
Yeah.
You'll have one blue, one red.
Well, if it's supposed to be blue and red, would you not just might as well wait till you next get the next in the cell and just swap them around?
Yeah.
And build the two north cells separately.
Could do.
No, sure. You only get the one. What you're saying is you get a replacement red, but the next issue of that will be red.
Since EM corrected it, have a look around for the part. If you can't find it, leave it as it is. Too much hassle to replace a watt for a replacement part.
Yeah.
You are working on the upper nacelle. When the lower light covers comes, it is going to be red. Then they won't match.
Well, again, it's your model. You have a discussion about it with see what you want to do, and then we can go forward next week. Until you've looked for it, this could be a pointless conversation because you might have it somewhere, but
yeah,
we'll start off with that next week then.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, because like you say, from next week it's going to be one issue because now I've caught up, and then sometime either the end of this week or the beginning of next week, the next lot of payments will come out for the next book, so that would arrive at the end of the month, and then we'll just carry on like that.
Right.
Okay.
No, good. Well done tonight. There was quite a lot to do, and yeah.
But see, it's really starting to come together. Just quickly show you a little something. I've got it down here.
You're not doing, Mark.
You've been sanding your hatches.
And I painted them.
There you go.
You want to go on full screen and show while I...
No, Mario, I was just showing Mark what I was doing.
Right. So that's that. One of the first pieces that we got was this, and that eventually is going to sit. there.
Nice.
So that's what that's going to end up looking like. And I've actually got the mod that Mark done to go into there, where so this light flashes.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It will look really good when it's done.
I'm really happy with it. Like.
Okay, is that it?
Yep. I want to
Oh,
see
got more. That's it. And still doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Right, well, I'll say good night first of all then. So well done to Danno tonight. I'm sure we'll sort out this missing part, and I'll see everybody on the next one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go next. Yeah, great show. Thank you everybody for coming and joining on this. I think he's doing well doing this live. It's something I'd be struggling. Honest, I would be struggling with that wiring.
Mm-hmm.
So well done for doing it live. So, and so good night from me.
And yeah, just to add to that, just to add another addendum, you are going to struggle with that wiring because you're going to have to help Danno sort the wiring out. Don't forget. So no, great show, and yeah, we caught up really quick, and yeah, I'm looking forward to next week to do this nacelle bit, and however you decide to do it. Yeah, so yeah, thank you everyone for the chat and the help and the tips and tricks and ideas. It's always grateful, and yeah, I will see you on the next show. Yeah.
Do you want to get that last bit of chat?
Yeah, what a stream. Excellent job, young Danno. Fair play to you. An excellent job, host. Good night, host. See you next time. Good night, D.
Good night, D.
Good night, D. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, another good stream tonight. Really starting to come together now. Yeah, we're really enjoying this build. And like I say, we'll get that part sorted, and we'll carry on with it next week. So till then, see you all later. Night all.
Bye.
All right, night all.
Bye.